Greetings of divine love. Welcome to the Divination for the year 2022. Allow your spirit to relax and receive what resonates with you, and anything else that does not, let it flow down the river and melt in the snow. However, be encouraged to return throughout the year to review the divination. Some things may change. The things that you don't feel that are applicable now may become very relevant as the year unfolds. If you haven't done so, you know what to do. Please subscribe, like, and share. As we go through these challenging times, we need more sharing around spiritual content. I sincerely thank you in advance. Let's dive on in here. The previous 2 years were absolutely impactful as it pertains to physical transitions and losing those we love. For those of us left here, we're still moving. We're grateful to be alive. There is still time to focus, to give our best to resonate in a higher frequency. Let's focus on what we truly want, unravel the ties that bind us, release and resonate in a higher frequency. We're embracing 2022. 22 is a master number. We have the opportunity to master ourselves with the help of the universe and divine beings. The 2 being the number of duality, we have an opportunity to share more and doing things with others, which goes hand in hand with the triple 2 in 2022, equating to 6. 6 is a number that brings a natural flow of being in service to others and objectively making sure that we are connected to our family despite our differences. We have to diligently recall we did not create ourselves. We must address this interfering ego daily and say, I did not make the trees. I did not make the earth. I did not make these planets, these stars, these animals. How can I feel greater and more powerful than any of these things when I myself did not make them? We must acknowledge the Creator who gave us power to create. We have forgotten who the Master Creator is. We become Master Creators because of the true Master Creator. Thus, putting our heads to the earth, to the Creator, reminds us to do away with the ego and give thanks for the opportunity to live in this creation. Thus, may we be patient as the earth goes through her ever-changing evolutionary movement. That completes the part pertaining to the Creator. Let's move on to what the ancestors are saying. There are 2 groups that presented themselves this year. They came forward very strong. The first group was the elevated ones who have been gone for a while. These are ones you may not know because they were ancestors long, long, long ago. The second group are recently departed, and we have 2 types of recently departed. The first came to give their loved ones a warning, and the second group came making requests. So let's start with the recently departed ancestors who are giving the warning. The ancestors who came with the warning, they are speaking to those who are mourning people who were not close to you when they were alive. Meaning, when someone was alive and they passed on and you knew this person it was a relative, but you didn't go to see them, you didn't break bread with them, you didn't call them on the phone, you didn't have a good vibe with them. Yet in their departing, you are mourning them publicly, you are mourning them inside yourself. So for those who are mourning these ancestors and you are not really close to the person who departed, they're saying to you that you had the opportunity to heal and mend the relationship before they became an ancestor. They are asking you to leave them alone. Stop working to prove to others how close you were when you were actually not close to them at all. Some of these ancestors are willing to forgive some of you who offended them, and some are saying they are not willing to forgive you. As some of you may know, we have elevated ancestors and we have ones that are not elevated. Again, it depends on where the ancestor was, meaning what state of consciousness was this person in when they passed. Some of these ancestors are still the same place where they were when they passed, and they're saying they don't care about your mourning. So please stop it. They will bring conflict in your life and cause trouble because this is not what they want. They're saying let them heal, and if they choose to, they will let you know that they want to connect with you, or let you know that it is in fact okay to connect with them. With these type of ancestors who are willing to become elevated, you may need to get a divination or be patient and see how they show up in your life, whether they come in a dream or they move something in your personal space, or someone who is intuitive, they may be willing to reveal themselves to you and show you exactly who they are. So until then, leave these ancestors alone so that you will not create more problems in your life. Now, the second group of the recently departed ancestors who came through are making requests. The first request is, for now, avoid calling on them for help. It is okay to mourn them, but not for too long, for they are working to move in the new spirit realm undisturbed, and they want to be fully present there. We are earnestly requesting for our loved ones to extend some space and more time to make necessary adjustments in our living in this new realm. They're saying when you mourn them too long, you are pulling on their energy and they become conflicted and unable to transcend or ascend to the highest level based on the level of where their spiritual consciousness was residing in the moment of their passing. They're saying time is allotted for them to be in this realm to say their goodbyes to you in the spirit realm. They're allowed to be close to you for a certain period of time. But what is happening is that people are not letting go. Relatives are not letting go. And they feel conflicted about leaving because of the mourning and the sorrow. Number two, they're saying letting go of us is not forever, but we need some time and space to transcend, and we want to be helpful to you for the long run. Number three, some have even said, they're saying, look, we worked too hard when we were on the earth, and we're actually glad and have the desire to now rest in peace. It may be difficult, however, for those left behind to do this, to allow them to rest in peace. But they're asking to allow them some time for the adjustment in their spirit, especially if you were very close to the recently departed ancestors. Number 4, these ancestors are somewhat happy because they get to see their loved ones who are welcoming them and comforting them on the other side. The ones who are there to meet the recently departed are saying to you that they're coming in to comfort them. And they're also coming to comfort you during your mourning so that the new ancestor can be supported in being able to move forward as an ancestor and be able to focus on adjusting in this new spiritual realm of the ancestors. That is the complete order of request. Now, finally, the elevated ancestors. These are ancestors who are not new to the ancestral realm, but have been departed for quite some time. They are experienced in the spirit realm. They're like deities in some ways. They have wisdom. They come with healing powers. They're able to move things. They're able to possess people. They're able to depart their knowledge on you. They're able to touch you. They're able to do many things actively in your life that you can actually witness. They are mainly coming to propose several questions for people who are influenced by trends around honoring ancestors. That's the first portion of why they're coming. The first question they propose is, what will you do when the ancestors are no longer a trendy or hot topic? Number 2, what will you do when mainstream is no longer relevant as it relates to the ancestors? When public figures are no longer singing about us, making statements about us, or making entertaining videos about the ancestors, what will you do? Number 3, will you remain true to honoring your ancestors, or will you turn your back again? Number 4, will you teach your children and grandchildren and nieces and nephews and your elders who are living, who have forgotten about their elders who are ancestors to them? Are you willing to do that? And they're saying not in a forceful way, but as gentle reminders by invoking conversation and asking your elders, do you remember this person? Tell me about that person. Inquiries about the ancestors that have been gone a while, that only these elders have the answers for. Number 5, will you talk with us when no one is looking, or use technology to prove you have arrived in your relationship with your ancestors? Number 6, are you truly ready for a deeper experience, or will this too pass? Number 7, when we show up activated in your life, will you run away? Will you be afraid? Will you call it evil? Will you embrace us? Will you complain? Or will you privately accept us and grow a deeper relationship with us? Okay. The next part is for those of you that are walking with the ancestors as a way of life. They are saying, continue to be lifetime leaders. Work towards being lifetime leaders for the ancestors and doing ancestral work. They see your commitment. They see how hard you're working. They see your frustration sometimes with the slow pace of the people. But there is more to unfold. They are saying they will be instrumental in much of your successes for the year 2022. They will put a stamp on the successes that they are behind. And the final thing is they are requesting that you remember the ancestors' Earth Day, their birthday, the day they arrived on the planet, if you know it. If you do not know it, when you're speaking with the elders in your family, get birthdays, get Earth Days, so that now you can start making note and making your tree of life from Earth Days. Okay? Honor them at that time and the things you recall about them. It doesn't have to be an elaborate celebration. It can be a conversation with other family members. It can be talking to their picture. It can be meditating with them or holding their picture close. You can imagine the times you had together with them. They want us to be wise and sincere and not go with our conditions for spending money when we don't have to. Communing with the ancestors does not require an elaborate feast, but it requires you giving of yourself. Remember, it's a 6-year give of yourself. So a sincere acknowledgement will be best and well received by the ancestors. This is what they're saying. And finally, they're saying thank you to all of you who have been working diligently to honor them in your sacred places. Things we should pay attention to and be aware of. For those of you who have younger brothers, be aware that there is danger that your brother may face. The younger brother should seek spiritual counsel, get some spiritual help to avoid this danger and also to lessen the blow. Okay. If you pay attention to the advice that they are giving you, financial blessings will come to you, spiritual blessings will come to you, and as the financial blessings come to you, you must keep that a secret. If you get a promotion or if your business begins to blow up or finances just goes on, if finances just come from someplace unexpectedly, know that your ancestors are behind this. Next, when you hear this divination, up to 7 days of hearing this divination, this reading, this advice, this counsel, do your best to avoid going out at night for the next 7 days unless you're traveling with someone else. Okay, the other thing is energetically avoid sleeping naked and be prepared for emergencies that may come up. Also, close your curtains at night if you don't do that. Anyway, health is the number one focus for us this year in terms of our physical energy. We must take care of our health. Y'all hear my voice is hoarse, but I'm still doing the divination. I'm still taking care of my health. They're saying keep doctor's appointment, go to the dentist, take your supplements, and most importantly, be okay to say no when you are not feeling the slightest well, as the slightest illness can become more complicated later. So take care of your health. Only you know how you're feeling. In terms of our continued spirituality, be devoted and pledge yourself to a spiritual practice. You can join a group that is consistent in meeting at least once a month. And of course, during this pandemic, it can be an online group. If you know that group is meeting and it resonates with you, join that group. It's going to help you grow spiritually. They're saying that the healing power is greater in numbers. The Most High is saying, come together and heal and honor the Creator and go deeper with your ancestors. So that completes the divination for 2022. I pray you have a harmonious year, full with wisdom and next level spiritual growth. Again, give a thumbs up, share, like, subscribe. If you have any questions on this topic, type it below. Or if you have other topics that you want us to talk about, we're going to do more sharing this year. So come back and check in with us. Stay tuned for spiritual and inspirational pop-ups. We love you. One God, many nations. And Yames Ile Amalozi and Mbunye Sangoma African Priesthood School. There you go. Take care.